Hey ladies, I wanted to make a video for you today. I'm in my car, so I won't be looking at you as usual. But I'm reading a book. It has to do with some tips on posting and just how to really the energy behind your post that is really going to take you to the next level. And I feel like when I figured this out in my bit, like I really started seeing a big shift in my business. Okay, so I'm reading Jab, Jab, Right Hook, which basically teaches you how to make every single post that you're making appealing. Not every post are you asking people to buy something from you, and you don't want every post to, obviously, or people just wouldn't follow you. But they call them jabs, and it's every day you're making posts that are giving people a glimpse into your life, giving a glimpse into your business, the products that you use. Hey, can you guys just be a little bit quiet so while I'm doing this? A glimpse into, like, you know, your products and your life, really, and why you love the stuff that you're selling. And so for us, like for me, my jabs are always like having to do with like basically me getting to stay home with my kids all the time. We get to do what we want every day. Me working out and loving it, my shakes and how much I love them and all the recipes that I'm making, how I, make foods with like superfood swaps, how I, food's really important to me. That's my thing, I want you guys to find out what your thing is. I always love to look to the bigger coaches for inspiration, but never to copy. Always to just see how they're doing things and then take your own personality and apply that to your own posts. And these are called jabs, like these little posts that I'm making every day, basically it's part of your sales, but you're not asking them to buy anything. And with these jabs, what's so important, this is what I've learned, this caused a shift in my business, is that, it's a combination of giving them information about your business, about what you do, and about the products that you're selling, but entertaining them at the same time. That's what it is. That is the key. I used to just kind of make nothing wrong with it, but in the beginning I was learning, and everything was just, for me, was just so much about everything health aspect. I was giving them lots of tips which are great. You want to give tips. You definitely want to add value in that way, but you want to add value in more way than just giving them healthy tips, posting why a spice is healthy, or whatever. Those are good too, but it can't be everything. They need to see who you are. They need to get into your head a little bit. You need to, and I've said this before, I made a video on it, bare your soul, to discover your soul and then bear it on Facebook. That's what I do, and that's what the most successful coaches do. You want them to get a glimpse into your head. You want them to really know who you are as a person. Be vulnerable to them, expose yourself a little bit. That is what's endearing. That is what people are drawn to, is that realness. People are thirsty for it right now. And that's when you're going to see the shift in your business. I know it's a little bit scary. Again, just putting yourself out there in any way is scary, but then to really put yourself out there, into the recesses of your mind and your soul, that is scary. And that is how you're going to be successful. So, we know that beyond your greatest fear is your greatest potential for growth, your greatest success. So look to your biggest fear. What are you afraid of? And that's what you need to break through to take yourself to the next level in terms of your personal growth. But when you go to the next level in terms of your personal growth, that's when your financial growth is going to come, your abundance, all of that. It's all tied in together, guys. It's a totally holistic thing, I can't stress that enough. So I'm trying to think if there was anything. Oh, okay. So those are the jabs every day, the daily, showing them why we love our life, why we love what we do, and why this is the new, honestly, this is the new era for moms, not just moms, but, women in general. We are leveraging the power of social media to be able to have it all, guys. Stay home with our kids, use products that we love, and then share them. When you share with these jabs every day, you barely have to sell. I don't even really have to sell. They see me talking about it. They see that I love it. They see the results that I'm having. They see that I am always energetic and I love my life and I do what I want all day, They see that. So I don't need to sell them on anything. I need to get to know them, and that's where the building the relationships comes behind the scene. And that is really all selling is now, because I don't need to sell. I need to just build a relationship with them. They see me, they see what I'm doing daily. That's the selling part. The closing part is building the relationship, finding out what their goals are, and then creating a plan for them with our products that is going to help them solve their problems. You know, that is all that it is. And the more you do it, the more fine-tuned you're going to get at it. It's like a craft. It really is. And I honestly don't even dread sending messages anymore, because like I love it. Like I look at it positively, and I want you guys to know, you know, I was going to make a separate video on this, but I'll touch on it real quick. I want you guys to learn to like listen to that inner intuition that you have. Like if something doesn't feel right, like I know a lot of you like maybe don't feel right sending the messages or whatever, like cold call messages. Okay, fine, listen to that then. But find another way that you do feel okay with. Like don't just say, oh no, I'm not okay with that, and then don't do that. Skip that very important vital behavior, because then you're just really going to hurt yourself, because that you have to the answer is always going to be no if you don't ask the question. I mean, that's just the way it is. So if you aren't cool with cold calling, okay, that's fine. I am cool with it because I know that my intention is to help them. And I'm never like pushy or aggressive or anything like that. Like I always am lighthearted and just like, hey, we've got this group coming up. Like, you know, lay it out there, you know, lay it out there. And I would have a problem with it if I didn't believe in what we did. I'd have a problem with it if I had harmful intentions, or if I only wanted to sell people something and like let them run away, or I run away, you know. But that's not what my intentions are. Like my intentions are to help them, so I don't have a problem cold calling. That's just me. But if you do, fine. But like I said, come up with a different way that you do feel comfortable, like maybe just running a bunch of short free groups. I wouldn't say run a ton of week-long clean eating groups, because then people won't really have much of an incentive to get into your other group. But run a bunch of different kind of free groups that are going to help you build relationships. If you don't want to cold call, then you got to work that much harder on building relationships. And why not? Like I used to like not want to build relationships with people, but once I started doing it, like it feels so amazing to connect with people in a positive way. It really does. And really see, you know, how you can really help people change their life. So I love building the relationships now. But I want you guys to listen to, okay, I want you to be able to tell the difference of having a problem with something because you're scared, because you're scared of something like being judged, or what people think, or something like that, and having a bad feeling just because you don't feel like it's you, okay? There's two different things there. So obviously I want you to listen to your intuition when you don't feel like something is you, or maybe it's like your inner voice that's being like, no, that's not a good idea, I don't want to do that, because it doesn't reflect on who you are as a person. Listen to that. But there's a big difference between then being afraid to put yourself out there because you're being afraid of being judged by people. That I don't want you to listen to. That I need you to break through. So this is all about, you know, self-reflecting and, you know, really learning to decipher between those two. I can really tell how I'm getting a lot better at that, and it feels great because I don't second guess myself so much. It's like when I need to make a decision on something, I sort of just like feel it, you know, like I ask myself internally and I just like feel like, how do I feel about that? And if it's and I can really tell the difference between the two kinds of fear now. And the one I'm like, oh, nope, okay, gotta do it. I'm gonna break through that fear, and I'm gonna grow on the other side. But if it's the other one where it's just not me, I'm like, okay, I gotta switch it up. I gotta figure out a way to change it. But the answer is never to quit for me. That's never it. It's either change it up, so it's me, so I feel good about it, or it's break through it because it's a fear that is just holding me back on a growth level, from a growth standpoint. Okay, so those two things. So the book, Jab, Jab, Right Hook, it's awesome. The right hook is asking people to buy. And most of the time, my right hooks come in the form of personal messages. Occasionally, I'll have like a call out, you know, for a challenge group once a week, typically tops. But those are my right hooks. And the right hooks, if you've been doing all the jabs properly, people are going to be so receptive to your right hook. Honestly, I've noticed such a shift in the way people respond to me and my right hooks, my asking to buy. or asking to do the group. I never really say, hey, you want to buy this? It's asking them to join me, it's asking them to let me help them, really. And so much more receptive now that I'm doing this, because you know what? Like, I look at it as I let these people into my life, with the intention that by doing so, they're going to trust me and they're going to let me help them. And that is the ultimate goal for me. And I'm really seeing such a shift in my business now, you guys. Like, this past week next week I'm going to have like my biggest paycheck yet. And it's not just about the money for me. But it's a beautiful thing for me because I'm truly doing this business like on my own terms. And I'm seeing the fruits of that now. I'm seeing, like, I've been here. I told myself the whole time, like, be here in a year, and I've been here for the year. And once I hit that point, doing those vital behaviors that we ask you guys to do, everything is really snowballing, and I want that so much for you guys too. So that's the point of all these little contests that we do and all these little videos that we make and everything, you know. And obviously, you know, we want you to do well because that helps us. But deep down, Allison and I we just want you to do well, okay? Because we love you all. So I hope that helps. Sorry, this is longer than most of my videos are, but I just really wanted to give you guys some tips on that. So I hope it helps. I've got Summit coming up. Me and Allison are going to Summit this year, and it's going to be so amazing. And I hope to have our whole team there next year, honestly. So keep an eye out for how Summit goes for us. We'll be bringing you guys some tips and info back. And hopefully we'll all be there as a team next year. All right, bye girls. Hope you have a great day.